And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours. And welcome to the Brevard Sports Network here in Brevard County, Florida, where tonight I'll explain myself a little bit more with going with the big introduction with Brevard County. But welcome here tonight as the Eau Gallie Commodores are hosting a unfamiliar opponent, an out-of-town opponent, but yet with a familiar manager. Tonight, the Eau Gallie Commodores welcome in the Lancers of St. Mary's out of Lancaster, New York, which is a suburb of Buffalo, and they are led by Marcella Amato. And you may remember Marcella. Of course, you remember Marcella. She was a magnificent trainer at Ubrizati, and that is who tonight is sponsored by Ubrizati. So we want to thank Tim and Mike and Bo and everyone there. And, of course, also here tonight, her husband, Max Amato. He's somewhere among the spectators in the crowd, but we welcome the St. Mary's Lancers, who beat Holy Trinity pretty good last night. And tonight we'll take on an Eau Gallie Commodore team that lost 3 of the last 4. But, and there is a big but to that, and that is Eau Gallie took on the number 1 team in the state and the number 5 team in the state. So they are battle-tested, no doubt. For St. Mary's, it'll be Alexis Saunders leading off, followed by Ella Dovey. Natalie Cully will bat third. Lauren Payne fourth. Alexis Brown fifth. Taylor DeSantis sixth. Renee Hanning seventh. Maya DeSantis eighth. Daniela Spiegel ninth. And the first pitch offering is a strike. And let's give you not the lineup, but let's tell you on the bump tonight for Eau Gallie is Jordan Stout. And Stout's second pitch is a dribbler down to first base, and she's going to keep it herself, and that first baseman is Gabby Barrera. Behind the dish tonight is Ainsley Odell. Over at third will be Abby LaTulip. At the shortstop position, Hannah Leach. Over at second base tonight is going to be the flex player, Kendra Waldron. From left to right, it's Spike Peckard in left, Evie Martin in center. And over in right field tonight is Shyla Eppert, and that is easy peasy lemon squeezy 5-3 there on the putout. And so 2 ground outs to start this one, and that'll bring up Natalie Cully. I don't know much about St. Mary's. This is just their 3rd game of the season. They will, once they face Vieira tomorrow night, will head back to the Buffalo area where their season will get underway on April the 22nd. It's 22 degrees, 25 degrees today in western New York. So probably the ideal place to play here. Shot to the shortstop, up and over to third base. 3 up, 3 down as Natalie Curry grounds out. We go to the bottom of the first inning. St. Mary's does not score, and Eau Gallie is coming to bat. All right, let's real quick take you around the infield and the outfield for the Lancers here, if we can. On the bump tonight, it's going to be on the bump. In the circle, I apologize to softball players everywhere in the world. In the circle, Olivia Lang, and her battery mate is Alexa Saunders. From third to first to be Lauren Payne. Over at the shortstop position Not sure who's at the shortstop position. Oh, yeah, Ella Dovey. There we go. I found her. Ella Dovey's at the shortstop position. Over at second base will be Natalie Cully, and the first baseman will be Danielle Spiegel. From left to right in the outfield, Taylor DeSantis in left. In center field will be Alexis Brown, and over in right, Maya DeSantis. And let's tell you once again, go through the Eau Gallie lineup here. Leading off is going to be Shyla Eppert, Evie Martin batting second, Ainsley Odell will bat third. This is a team that absolutely smokes the ball. The 1-1 is missed. 1-2. Sophomore in the circle tonight for St. Mary's. The 1-2 on its way. Strike 3 called. That's a good pitch right there. Tough pitch to take, but taken by Eppert, and that'll bring up Evie Martin. And that's a shot that hits off the side of the dugout over there. And it's 0-1. Martin comes in batting .280 this season. As a team, the Commodores are .339 this year. They've belted 7 home runs, and they have hit 28 doubles. They steal a lot of bases, too. And there's a shot that's going to roll right into the fence in front of us, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. So one thing about this place that you can always struggle with no matter what, and that is that little bottom yellow pole there. So if that is in your way, I apologize. It's fouled back. Had an issue today at the office, which has made my evening far less enjoyable than it could be. I'll explain in a minute. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop, up and over to first for out number 2. So today we had, actually this was yesterday, we had Spectrum come and install new internet into the studio area. Faster, higher up speed as Ainsley Odell, the recent UWF commit, steps in. And there's a strike. So when this occurs, you're required to, obviously change passwords all over the house. The one place I did not change the password was to the printer. So the ability to print everything was a last-minute thing for me. To the second baseman, up and over to first. And both teams show how well they can stay down on the ball there as both teams go 1, 2, 3 in the first. We go to the second. No score. So it's Jordan Stout in the circle tonight for head coach Gabe Cartwright, who is in his third season with Eau Gallie. 48 wins so far this year. Stout is 3-4 with a 3.57 ERA. This is her 15th appearance of the year. And 53 innings pitched this year. She has 44 strikeouts, 31 walks, and teams are batting .250 against her. Stepping in now will be the third baseman, Lauren Payne, and Payne looks at ball one to start. And this ball is given a ride, back, track, wall, and you can touch them all. Lauren Payne, that is a solo home run, and St. Mary's leads it 1-0. That's a shot. And that makes the score 1-0. That's just good hitting right there. Dead center field, that thing went. That is what we call a bomb. And this will bring up Alexis Brown, the center fielder. And Brown immediately first pitch swinging, drives one into right field for a base hit. And the meat of the order here for St. Mary's is just right now tearing the cover off the ball. Brown aboard with a single. And Taylor DeSantis will step in. And she squares the bunt. And Brown heads to second, to say the heart of the order. One to nothing on a solo home run by Lauren Payne. Upstairs. High and tight again. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. I'll fix the score here in just a second. 1-0 St. Mary's on top. And nobody out with a runner at first. And takes a shot down at first right there in your living room. In terms of fielding this year, Eau Gallie, an outstanding fielding team. They've committed 39 errors this year. 926 fielding percentage. There's a chopper back to Stout, who takes the shore out at first. And that's 1 out in the inning. And that'll bring up Renee Henning. So down to second base goes Brown. Henning steps in. She's the designated player tonight. And Stout's first pitch offering catches the second baseman leaning, and it's 2-0 on a base hit. Everybody seemed to be leaning except in the direction of the softball, and they cost the Commodores a run there, and it's 2-0. Maya DeSantis will now take her turn. Taylor DeSantis, I would imagine her sister. And there's another ground ball to second baseman. 1, and they will not turn 2. So they go 4-6 on Herring, and DeSantis will reach on a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Danielle Spiegel. I wonder if Spiegel plays volleyball. She is tall. Stout's first pitch offering to Spiegel is low for a ball. 1-0. She went on that one. I tell you what, Ainsley Odell's not playing back there behind the dish. Ainsley will throw you out in a New York minute. And for those of you that have never been to New York, that's pretty quick. And there's a ground ball that nobody can come up with, and that'll be first and second with 2 outs here. So we'll give him a base hit on there for Spiegel. And back to the top of the order we go with Alexa Saunders, who grounded out on her first plate appearance. Maybe not a Western New York minute, like a Manhattan minute. And there's a shot that, it gets through, and that is going to be station to station as Coach Amato holds the runner at third. So now it's bases loaded with Ella Dovey up. And Dovey, a ground out victim her last time up. But now bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. 2 runs already in this inning. And St. Mary's looking for more here. And that is right down Eau Gallie Boulevard for strike one. The 0-1 is low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch. And that ball is rocked in the center field, but it's only going to get 1 run home as it's 3-0 on about as hard as you can hit a softball on a line drive by Dovey, and Dovey gives way to Natalie Cully, and bases are still loaded with Natalie Cully up. And 3 runs in, 3 runs on 3 hits thus far. The big blow so far to start the inning was a home run by Lauren Payne, and she's on deck. So you probably want to get this out. Upstairs, 2-0. No place to put her. Activity in the Eau Gallie bullpen. And Stout twists and twirls the ball in the left hand. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. Strike one. 2-1 now to Cully. 3 ground outs in the top of the first, and it was as easy as could be. This inning a little harder. And that's a Butte Clark, and now we have a Deuces Wild situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second inning. The payoff pitch on the way is just off the plate, and the count is full. So runners will somewhat, in softball, it's a somewhat in motion type of a deal you'll see on your screen, but no place to put them. The payoff pitch on the way is lifted and hauled in nicely for the third and final out. And boy, did it have to be, absolutely. But St. Mary's puts 3 runs across. Solo home run by Lauren Payne and a couple of singles. And the Lancers take a 3-0 lead, gone to the bottom of inning number 2. All right, we head to the bottom of inning number 2 after a 3-run inning. Yes, I'll tell you what. Looking at Tomorrow is the Cape Coast Conference Baseball Championship games. First I've heard of it. So, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. As Jordan Stout steps in, and Stout looks at a strike from Olivia Lang, who sat the Commodores down in order 1, 2, 3 in the first. Pitch off the plate. Ball and a strike. Great umpiring crew here today. Stout will look at ball 2 upstairs. 2-1. And there's a ground ball down the third base line, but foul. And I apologize for all the adjustments. I am by myself, so I'm coordinating the notes and the camera and the production. So my apologies for anything that goes wrong. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop, up and over to first, and 4 up, 4 down for Eau Gallie to start this one. Yeah, Sissy Gamble steps in. She'll be followed by Abby LaTulip. And Lang's first pitch offering to her is a chopper to the shortstop. And 6-3, 6-3 to start inning number 2. And the Commodores swinging the strikes. Just grounded them into the ground, or hitting them into the ground. Abby LaTulip steps in. And LaTulip pitch, and there's a hard ground ball. The second baseman, Denanant, 3 up, 3 down on the nice play made by Natalie Cully. We go to the top of the third, 3-0 St. Mary's.
And you just don't worry about that.
And you heard it from Sissy Gamble right here first. 3-0. And back in the box again is Lauren Payne, who, well, Lauren led off the last inning with a center field home run. First pitch to her is, that ball is absolutely destroyed through the second base. That's got to be an error, though, because that's a playable ball. And I give her a hit. It's a special trip down to Florida from Western New York. I'm going to give her a hit. She crushed that thing. So we'll make her 2 for 2. We'll make her 2 for 2 today. And since nobody else here, I don't think, other than the coaches, are officially scoring the game, we're not wrong. This is the pitch. Low. I was just informed that the Cape Coast Conference Baseball Championship is tomorrow night. Yeah, that's what I said. Pitch. 2-0. It appears as if we will miss our first Cape Coast Conference Championship. Pitch upstairs, And it's 3-1 from Jordan Stout. 3 runs in the second inning for St. Mary's. And that is another. Oh, she got her that time. Yes, indeed. Double play. Nice job on the double play. Hard line drive. Out there fielded. I believe that's Kendra Walden. Kendra Walden out there flashing the leather. And look, see, because we didn't give her an error on the previous play, she now gets the double play. And there's a hard ground ball back to Stout, and Eau Gallie gets out of this one without giving up a run. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0. All right, welcome back here. First pitch offering is a ball. And the second pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. This is, I believe this is, who's this? I can't see with her ponytail. I think it's Gabby Barrera. Yeah, Barrera lifts one down the and see, again, the problem is I don't have my printed scorebook thing here tonight. So Gabby Barrera is at the dish. And the count is 1-2. So this inning it's going to be Gabby Barrera, Hannah Leach, and Spike Peckard. The 1-2 is a chopper up the no, what a play. She won't get her though. Too quick down the line. And that's an infield single for Barrera. And one on and nobody out as Hannah Leach steps in. And that ball, they're going to try and get her, and they got her. What a play. What a throw. How about the play by Alexis Saunders? Gunned her out, and there's your first out. Swing and a miss for strike one. And there's a ground ball again in the second. My goodness, these girls got arms, man. Eau Gallie does the same thing, but Natalie Cully, I'd have to put a pad on my palm to catch that thing as Cully guns out the hitter. And this will bring up Spike Peckard. And Spike shows bunt. Peckard this year having a great year when you consider that she is just a sophomore. 341, 9 RBIs. She's got 14 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and she's gone over the wall. And right now, Peckard looks at 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. And it's 2-2 now with 2 outs. So another deuces wild situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 3-0. The Lancers on top. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. This is a long throw. No. And Peckert and her speed beats that out. That's a great play by the shortstop, and that's a great play and hustle by Peckert. Down the line, that was Ella Dovey over there, flashing off her Bobby Witt Jr.-like arm. I apologize, I don't know any college softball shortstops, so I'm going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. And that's a strike, and that's a compliment to Bobby Witt Jr. because I'm an Orioles fan, and I didn't use Gunnar Henderson. Just saying. So if you're watching Gunnar, and I'm sure you are, get it together, son. 0-1. Yeah, because Gunnar is an avid BSN watcher. Yeah, a guy from Texas wants to know what's going on with the Florida and Western New York softball team. Sure he does. Why not? Shyla Eppert in with 2 outs here. 1 on, 2 strikes to Eppert. The pitch. That was kind of tricky there. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman. You know this is up, nope, foul. So again, around the infield, it's Laura Payne at third, Dovey at short. Your second baseman is Natalie Cully, and over at first base is Danielle Spiegel. The pitcher is Olivia Lang, and her battery mate, Alexa Saunders. And real quick, it'll be DeSantis in left and right, and in center is Alexis Brown. The 1-2 on its way is a hard ground ball to Cully, up and over for the third and final out. 1 runner stranded. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Rolling. That old softball's a rolling. 3-0 St. Mary's.
Hey guys, welcome to the game. Easy Gamble here, number 12. You take a round. We got Jordan starting. So far, they hit a home run, but that's okay because, what's better is, someone on our team is about to hit a grand slam, and we really just can't get defeated. So I want everyone to just trust the process. Thank you. Yeah.
That was a tough tournament you guys just came from.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of experience came to that.
Yeah.
Playing the number 1 and the number 5 team.
Yeah, playing a Texas commit was pretty humbling, not going to lie. She hit a nuke off of us, but here's the pitch. Oh, she called that a ball. That was kind of low, but I thought that was a strike. All right, thank you. Bye.
Give me a throw. Now there's a first base hit up the middle. Izzy Gamble, my play-by-play partner. Renee Henning. Remember last year before the big game, I think it was Izzy that came on and gave us her pregame analysis and notes. They ended up 10 running them. Coach Carrod is going to make us sit over the fence for the next game. Yeah. Well, there's a hard ground ball. Peckert, second for 1, over to first, double play, 6-4-3. I said Peckert, it was not. The 6-4-3 turned by Hannah Leach to Kendra Walden to Gabby Barrera. And that is 2 outs in the blink of an eye. The old 6-4-3. Spike is in left. She normally was at shortstop the last couple games I did for Eau Gallie, so my apologies there. But a great turn, and I mean, Kendra turned that thing like bam. Whatever times, whatever that time speed bam is. And a great play there by Abby LaTulip to end the inning. We are really moving along here. 3-0, back with the bottom of the fourth. Caleb and I trying to sit here and figure out just exactly how fast what is the speed of Bam. For those of you out there that are fans of The Big Bang Theory or Young Sheldon, perhaps you could tell us. But it's probably right up there somewhere with whoosh and shh, right around there, somewhere in between there. And the freshman steps in, as the bench tells us. She's a freshman. That is Evie Martin, the center fielder. Coach Cartwright with a young team. Paul Morris, the first base coach. We're talking some Orioles baseball before the game, just how bad they are this year to start. And it's 1-1. Watch the Yankees and the Tigers today. Watch Detroit hit 4 solo home runs off the Yankees. 3 in 1 inning. The pitch, and there's a hard ground ball. It skirts through the middle, and for the second consecutive inning, the Commodores have the leadoff hitter aboard, and here comes Ainsley Odell to the plate. And if anybody's capable of making this thing a one-run game, it's number 9. Odell recently committed to the University of West Florida. She will be an Argonaut, an Argo up there. That is a great campus up in Pensacola. She is going to have a blast up there. That ball is lifted down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Oh, just missed. Just missed. And that is a long strike. 1-1. I thought he tucked just on the backside of the line. And that ball, 4-6-3. And there it is. One double play turn deserves another. And that just as impressive as the Commodores. As Natalie Cully flips to Ella Dovey, and Dovey fires an absolute cannon to Spiegel for the 4-6-3 double play. And just like that, once again, there are 2 outs in the inning with Jordan Stout coming to the dish. Stout lifts this one up and off the pole for strike 1. It's just good softball right here. Just good quality softball you're watching. I'll tell you what, Marcella Amato, this is their 3rd game of the year. They've traveled. They're playing 3 games in 3 days. And there's a strike. When they get back to the Buffalo suburban metropolitan area and play next, in a couple of weeks, I don't know anything about Buffalo, that softball in that area. But I got to think they got to be odds-on favorites to win something. Because we know good softball here. And they play great softball. They hit well, they pitch well. One a great fielding team. I know they're coached well. You know, Amato and her days here. I'll tell you something about and swung on and missed. And I don't know. Well, that's strike three actually. So that'll end the inning. Keep it here as we go to the top of the fifth. You may have to. Yeah, I'm going to keep talking though. But Amato, back in 2022, before her and Max got married, Marcella Osa, she and Daphne Aravina, who was a Rockledge Raider at the time, both were selected to play for the Chilean national softball team, and they won their qualifying tournament. And Marcella and Daphne got to participate in the Pan Am Games, which is really cool. So that's what you have in a coach who 3 short years ago was playing for the Chilean national team. So there you have it. And we got a new pitcher in the circle for Eau Gallie. And oh boy, it is our friend. Izzy Gamble steps in. And let's tell you about Izzy's year to this point. Izzy, who is Izzy's got a 2.03 ERA. She's 4-2. This is her 14th appearance this year. 38 innings pitched, 19 runs, 11 of them earned, 9 walks, 12 strikeouts, and teams are batting .260 off of her. So Izzy, who was just standing here 2 minutes ago, giving us the play-by-play, is now going to show you what she can do with her arm here. And stepping in is number 25, Alexa Saunders, back to the top of the order. And Gamble's first pitch offering is a little off speed and swung on and fouled back for strike one.
So what I'm hearing is we're either going to look like a great good luck charm or we're never broadcasting from inside this dugout again.
She can blame us. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. 0-1. Oh, the changeup is right. There you go. That's how you started, Izzy. Right back to her, and she grabs it for out number one. Were we going up the middle, or did we miss it? Let's see here. There's a strike. Nope, got it. Yeah, got it. It was both. We were going up the middle and got it. And this ball is lifted. And nice job by Kendra Walden to take 2 steps and grab it. 2 outs. And this will bring up Natalie Cully. Cully with a single her last time out. Up. And she swings and misses. And Gamble's got that sneaky little off-speed pitch there, Caleb. And this ball is lifted in the right field, called and hauled for the out. And the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, and we keep moving right along here. Are we going to the top of the 6th already? Or bottom? We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Yeah, no. Eau Gallie's got a bat. Right. Don't get with it, Alan. Bottom of the 5. We'll be right back. I'm ready. All right, here we go. Commodores, who have, as you heard Gamble tell you, faced some outstanding pitching over the last week. The Texas commit, they played the number 1 and the number 5 team in the country. It's a pretty good team too. There's a strike, 1-1.
Games like this, win, lose, or draw, make you a better team.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I would say this after, and this is only going to be, this has popped up, and Cully tracks it down. I would say this after, and I haven't seen Vieira play yet. I watched a little bit of Rockledge. I haven't really seen a lot. Now, remember, softball runs too. We're going to really do a lot of softball coming up in the next couple of weeks because it started later and it runs 2 weeks later than does baseball's regular season. But this is as good as any team in Brevard. And quick story for you, that ball is lined, and that's going to get in the gap and go to the wall and around first and on her way to second with a double is Abby LaTulip. And LaTulip, with 1 out, has the Commodores with a little something going as Gabby Barrera steps in, one of the team's captains this year. So LaTulip on second, Barrera at the dish. 1 out, Lang to the plate. Hard ground ball inside the bag, and around third and on her way to score is LaTulip, and all the way to third base goes Barrera, and she will stand up with a triple, and the Commodores get on the board. It's 3-1. So 1 out and a runner at third. 1 in, ground ball. That'll score a run on a base hit. Great piece of hitting there by Hannah Leach. And it's 3-2 now. And 1 out and a runner at first. And the Bats have come to life. Spike Peckard steps in. Upstairs, ball 1. Talking about St. Mary's, their pitcher is their first baseman, Danielle Spiegel. She had a little accident the other day, a little fall, and upstairs, ball 2. And I was talking to Coach Amato before the game, and Coach Amato's just not comfortable pitching her yet. But she asked to, and who knows? She could be well. She got a couple stitches under her chin there. And there's a shot down the line, and just foul. But tough girl. I can't remember. I think she says she got a cut under her chin. A little cut under her chin on the fall she took. She's out there playing hard, and this ball is lifted down the line, and the left fielder with a good track and a good haul on that one, Taylor DeSantis, and that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. But that's their normal pitcher, and Spiegel probably goes about 6 foot, and I guarantee he can throw smoke. This is Shyla Eppert, and the first pitch offering to Eppert is swung on and missed for strike 1. The bench telling her to go, and Paul Morris telling her, no! It is quite a conundrum for a base runner to hear your bench telling you to go, and the coach screams, no! You just hope you didn't hear it while you were standing in the middle of the field. The pitch, and there's a ground ball. Cully's going to eat it up. And they dropped the ball, and that's the one thing you did not want to see if you're a Lancer fan. Their first error of the game comes at a bad time. Spiegel just dropped the ball, and it's runners at the corners now with 2 outs. Anybody watching? 6? Okay. And she's going to steal second. I think that's basically what he's trying to relay to her. And there she goes. Here comes the bunt, the throw, threw it away. Oh, that's interference. And this poor young lady, Danielle Spiegel, has had a rough week, man. And that was a full-on collision. Yeah, turn away. We don't like to show injuries. There's Coach Osa. The ball was thrown. I don't think it can be interference. Everybody was where they were supposed to be. She had to field the ball. You know, the question is she safe or out? I didn't see the call. Once everybody gets up, and I pray everybody's okay. That's a hard collision there. Spiegel, who we were just telling you took a fall the other day. Oh, yeah. Kind of watching it on our delayed feed here. Yeah. You might as well turn it to the 6, too, while you're there, so you ain't got to go back. It's the whole smarter, not harder thing. It is, unless we find out what happens here. I think she's out. I'm pretty sure she's out as the Lancers have come off the field. She's out. That's the end of the inning. Nice job. You can show her walking it off. Yeah, that's a good job. As both players. There you go. Wow. Tough players, tough players. Good job, ladies. Good job. Yep, she's out. That ends the inning. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th here on Brevard Sports Network. Uh, all right, welcome back to Commodore Stadium. Glad you could be with us here tonight. As we got some, I think we got some changes coming up. So this is going to require me to go to the. I'm pretty sure Spiegel's coming out. Stepping in is going to be Lauren Payne, who has already taken one to the deepest part of the ballpark here today. So we'll figure out what the changes are as they occur. Lauren is a volleyball player as well. What? Oh, okay. Last season, Lauren batted 444 last year. She had 2 home runs. And, yeah, she looks ready to do a lot of damage this year for sure. The way she hit that ball over the center field wall, Gamble's first pitch offering to her is just off the plate. The thing that Izzy cannot do here is hang one of them off-speed pitches out over the plate because that thing's going to end up over there by the Commodore press box for the football field. And there it was, but backhanded by Walden, and she won't get it in time. That's a base hit, her third hit of the night, and Lauren Payne is a solid 3 for 3. And if the batting order is the same, this should be Alexis Brown. Brown has singled and grounded out. They sent 12 batters to the plate in the first 2 innings. And down to second base will go Lauren Payne. Want to thank Ubrazati for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. The pitch popped up and hopefully not off the car. The 1-1 is 2-1. Upstairs, and that'll be a walk. First and second now with nobody out. Pitch fouled back. And over to first. Nice play. All right, welcome back. I'm sorry I had to mute it real quick. 0-1 is the count here. Runners at second and third, 1 out. And Gamble needed a shutdown inning. Thus far, she is not getting it as Renee Henning steps in. 1-1. That ball is hit to the center fielder. That'll score a run on the tag up. And Henning does her job with the sacrifice fly, scoring Lauren Payne from third base on the tag up, and down to third base goes Taylor DeSantis, I believe. And now it's 4-2 again with 2 outs, though. And coming up is Maya DeSantis. Can you grab that for me behind there? First pitch is fouled off and out of play. 0-1. 0-2 to DeSantis. Is that Danielle's on deck. My goodness, she's tough. Inside, good eye. I'll tell you what I noticed, and Marcel's really good at teaching, by the way, is the zone. These girls are outstanding at taking pitches. And I've seen Marcella work on that in the zone stuff at Uberzati. And that's a check swing. And struck her out. And Gamble limits the damage to 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-2. All right, Maya DeSantis is now in the circle. Looking back at last year, it was only Taylor DeSantis who made a couple of appearances. I do not see anything for Maya in terms of statistical pitching last season. So there's that. And this ball is skied in the air. Cully calls and hauls for out number 1, and Ainsley Odell goes down as Jordan Stout steps in. Bottom of the 6th, 4-2 here. I gotta whisper this because we're sitting next to the dugout, but I just love the intensity on Ainsley Odell's face, man. I mean, that's a player. There's a chopper. Cully, can she get it? Pivots, turns. Got her. What a play. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. That was from the hole, man. That was a beaut and a great call. She got her by probably half a foot. And that's just a great play. So quickly, 2 outs. Strike 1. You know what I like? He didn't make the call right away. Processed it. Now, look, if that's a major league play right there, I'm doing the whole headset thing. I'm challenging it, just because it was that close. But take a look at it. But I think that's one of those ones that would stand. This is Izzy Gamble. She can help her cause here greatly. The pitch upstairs, and it's 2-2. So we are again, for the third time in this one, in a Deuces Wild situation here, folks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Commodores have 2 runs in, and number 1-2 is at the plate. Twos everywhere. Then the turn card pitch from number 18 on the way. Swing and a miss, and DeSantis strikes out Gamble to end the bottom of the 6th. Final inning coming up, 4-2 St. Mary's. All right, here we go. Top of the 7th. And upstairs, ball 1. We got a pinch hitter here, and it is number 10 comes in. So I will tell you who number 10 is here. If you hang on here for just a second. And there's a ground ball to Walden, and she throws number 10 out, but not before I can tell you that it's Jada Mushat, I believe is how you say her last name. It's Mushat. Mushat. Jada Mushat. So now in will step Alexis Saunders, and Jada was batting for Danielle Spiegel. Pitch. That ball is going to hit right over our heads. All right. Strike 1. Oh, and 1. And that ball is down the line fair. Nice job by Shyla Eppert. Nearly threw her out, but too quick down the line is Saunders. So 1 on, 1 out, and a great defensive play by Shyla Eppert. Keeps a hard line drive down the line late in the game, a single, and it's refreshing to see coaches actually playing the corner infielders and outfielders close to the line, isn't it? And that ball is lifted deep in the left field. Peckert with a great track on that one and hauls it in for the second out. Peckert got on the horse there and just ran as fast as she could and tracked that thing down. And this is going to bring up, I believe this is going to be Ella Dovey. And a change up to Waldron. Waldron eats it up. Here we go. 3 outs to go. That was actually Natalie Cully. And Kendra Walden with the final out. So we have reached the bottom of the seventh. The Commodores either get 3 and win it, 2 to tie it, or this game is over in an hour and 9 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, Abby Latulip steps in here, and it's 4-2 here, and the Commodores down to their final 3 outs. I think we were here not too long ago when it was a 2-run deficit, and the Commodores were down to their final 3 outs, and well, they ended up coming back to beat Vieira in that one. It's Latulip, Barrera, and Leach scheduled. DeSantis' second pitch is a ball, 1-1. So it's Maya DeSantis. First baseman out there is Lauren Payne. Second baseman, Natalie Cully. Your shortstop is Ella Dovey. This ball is popped up, and the shortstop can't get there, and that is going to be just the kind of single you need to start a comeback rally in the bottom of the seventh. The Tulip reaches, but I believe it was called foul. And Gabe Carride is not and I'm not sure what this umpire over here can do because I didn't see it. I can't even see the foul line over here. What's he going to help with? All right, so it's going to stand. All right, you'll take it. Wow. Okay. Maybe he saw something, he was running over. He's a great umpire, so maybe he did see it. All right. Gabby Barrera steps in. We've seen 4 double plays in this game tonight. 1-0. Whatever a 2-1-5 is what's about to occur here. As Coach Gabe Carrod shouts it out. High and outside. And it's 2-0. Fouled back, and the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. How about them Florida Gators, huh, Caleb?
Yes, sir.
Probably one of the ugliest tournament runs I've ever seen. Upstairs, 3-1. But you know what? It's a team game for a reason, and it required all 5 guys on that court for them to win that championship. Ball 4, 2 on, none out here. And I would expect a visit from, well, maybe not. Marcella is sitting on her bucket over there. And we will see if she comes out to try to calm down her pitcher. Lauren Payne is out talking to her. Lauren, they don't seem phased. I can't imagine that they are. But Eau Gallie with a chance here. This is why you play teams like you played in the Kissimmee Classic for moments like this. That ball is hit deep, back, over the head of the center fielder. It bounces off the wall, around third. 1 run will score, stopping at third base. And the Commodores have 2 on and none out, and the winning run is standing at second base. And here we go again. What a shot. Hannah Leach with the big blast there. And Spike Peckert. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They throw to home. Got her. And that's one out. And down to second base goes Peckert. And that's not. And Coach Carrod is, and I think he might have a point here. Coach Carrod says it's obstruction. She did not have the ball when she blocked the plate, and that's the rule. I don't know, but I know that is the rule. If the catcher, and I think the home plate umpire needs to ask for help here, because if that is the case, she doesn't have the ball. She's blocking the plate, clearly blocking the plate. Gabe's got to be careful here. Yeah, she was clearly blocking the plate there, and a hard collision. This is a hard-fought game, but it's not going to go Gabe's way, and that's a tough rule, too. That's a bang-bang, and you're not going to get overturns. Well, I mean, you see an instant replay in Major League Baseball on that. That play is reviewable, by the way, as Shyla Eppert steps up. This is a fly ball. This might tie the game. And here we go. We are tied 4-4 in the bottom of the seventh with the winning run now at third with 2 outs. And Evie Martin at the plate. The pitch, base hit, and that'll win it. And the Commodores have walked it off again as they score 3 times in the bottom of the seventh. Evie Martin with a single. Eau Gallie with 3 runs to win it 5-4. How about it? A tough game all around. I mean, we had collisions galore. Poor Gabby Barrera right now still trying to catch her breath from that one. What a hard-fought game. A hard-fought game by both teams. And listen, the Commodores woke up and pick up a very good win against a very good softball team tonight. Here she comes. I got to give her – hold on. Let me give you the mic. Hey, take that.
Hey, listen, man, I might have not done it for my team. I didn't get a hit, but that's okay because look at the score. See that right there? We still came back. What'd I tell you? EG on top. I said we were going to come back and someone's going to walk it off. And we did it.
That is the prophet known as Izzy Gamble. Izzy told you they were going to walk it off, and they did. Her new nickname is the prophet. So that'll end it. And Eau Gallie, the second time we've been here this season to do a game, and the second time the Commodores have walked it off to win it in the bottom of the seventh. So great job by both teams here tonight, and so congratulations to Eau Gallie. They moved to 13 wins on the season, and Coach Marcella Amato has got a fantastic softball team she's going to go back to Western New York with and win a lot of games this year. So for Caleb Brown, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. This has been a presentation of the Brevard Sports Network. Once again, your final score, the Eau Gallie Commodores 5,